Wrestling POV's content may not be suitable for some audiences. Your discretion is advised. Wrestling POV's content may not be suitable for some audiences. Your discretion is advised. Wrestling POV's content may not be suitable to some audiences. Your discretion is advised. Wrestling POV's content may not be suitable to some audiences. Your discretion is advised. Wrestling POV's content may not be suitable to some audiences. Your discretion is advised. Wrestling POV's content may not be suitable to some audiences.
Here's your headline.
Hello everyone and welcome to a new edition of Wrestling POV. I am your host, Tony Diaz, along with Mimi Greedy.
Shalom.
And the third wheel, Rick Serrano III.
Beetlejuice!
Okay. Alrighty. I don't know where that came from, but okay. Oh wow,
Wait, what?
We got the sound effects back now? Our intern, Miguel Cole.
Hello, how's everybody doing? I hope you're all doing fine.
What the hell? I mean,
Oh, now he's in a different
what's going on? I mean,
What?
bipolar, maybe?
last week's show, you threatened to sue us, man.
No, what?
Yeah.
No,
You
guys.
were being a dick throughout the whole show.
Wait,
Saying that you was gonna, you
was
saying
this
you was gonna
Saturday
sue
show?
us. Yes.
Oh,
This Saturday show, you threatened that you were gonna sue us and you wouldn't say why. You didn't want to do the soundboard. You were being a dick.
oh, you know what? I have to apologize. That's on me. That's my bad, guys. I thought it was the Wednesday show. I thought it was Wrestling
What?
POV Global.
How are you gonna get it mixed up when we're all talking? You know what we sound like.
And
You're looking dead
and
at
there's
Rick's
no
face.
girl.
I put
Right?
headphones in, and I really don't pay attention a lot of the times. And I just say whatever comes to mind.
Oh God! Well, you can tell he's back because
Yeah.
he put the laugh on his own joke. So, what was all the suing about then?
Well, it's about the Canucks, those stupid Canadians.
Jesus Christ! So wait, you're suing them
Yes, I'm suing them.
for what?
Because if you listen to the episode every Wednesday on iTunes, YouTube, Podbean, Spotify, and iHeartRadio for free, where they talk about everything around WWE,
Yeah.
it's like, like I have a commercial on there, and I do an advertisement for them, and
Yeah.
they pay me in Canadian dollars. And you know what? It's fake,
What?
guys. It's monopoly money.
What? No, Canadian money is different than American money. You know that, right?
Yes, I understand, but it has the Queen of England on it.
That's it's Canadian money for you.
He's right. He is right. But Miguel, that's good money. Oh, so I shouldn't have ripped it up?
Oh Jesus!
No.
No! Oh my!
I'm gonna sue their asses for that too! And I'm gonna sue the bald one more money than the other one.
Jesus Christ, man!
The bald old one.
You mean the legend?
The lesion.
Jesus Christ! Oh man! Oh my God! What is wrong with him? Jesus, Rick, you didn't bother explaining anything to him about what happened and the difference.
I don't talk to him. I only talk to him on this show. That's the only time I ever communicate
Oh,
with this psycho.
God. Jesus, man!
That's not what you were saying last night. Wait, what?
Whoa! Whoa!
What?
What in the haberdasheries is going on here?
Yeah, he was trying to stick his little Ricky in my puppet hole. What? What?
Wow!
Interesting.
That is, but stupid,
But
because that's not true.
All right, so we're 2 weeks away from Money in the Bank.
Like 16 more weeks. It's been like
Yeah,
8.
I know, right?
Jesus.
It's been ages. I think right now Clay Cummings is the longest reigning champ between pay-per-views. Oh my God, man! It's 6 weeks, right? That's
Yeah.
been about. Anyway, so we're down to 2 weeks before the Money in the Bank pay-per-view, and then of course we have today's show. We have Raw, SmackDown, NXT, and part 2 of Kenny, part two.
Du toi?
Of
You talking French now?
yeah, shit, that's how I roll in the Shire. With Kenny Casanova. The interview from last week was just off the hook. It left everybody in the cliffhanger. Yes, I know. Interesting, right? But yeah. So next, the second part to it, he's going to talk. Give you the answer. Give us the answer on the Sabu question that Rick threw out to him. Excuse me.
Is that a fart?
That was a fart. So, yeah, so I hope you guys enjoy it. I hope you enjoyed last week's episode with his interview and what happened to the guy that
Braun
attacked Bret Hart.
Strowman?
Yeah,
Braun Strowman? Samoa
and
Joe?
Samoa Joe, man. They freaking handed his ass to him. Yeah, so it was a good interview. The other part is pretty interesting, too, especially when he talks about Sabu. You don't want to miss out on that. So let's go into the Facebook poll and hater comment of the week. Now, we only did one because we were so overwhelmed. It reached out to over 10,000 people with our post. So
wow.
I'm not reading a lot of the comments on there. I'll go first, and then I want to hear Rick's opinion on it, and then I want to hear Mimi's opinion on it. But this was the poll. No, sorry. It wasn't a poll. It was a comment. It went, what moment in wrestling traumatized you till this day? Now, for me, there was a lot of instances that happened. One of them that always stuck to my head is when Randy Savage got bit by the Cobra.
Yeah.
By Jake the Snake Roberts. It was just like, because it really bit him, you know, so you couldn't tell him. How could you fake that? You can't fake it. Yeah. Was he devenomized? Yes, I'm pretty sure the snake was. But at the same time, it still bit him. He still bled from his arm. Mm-hmm. Then as growing up, watching Abdullah the Butcher's matches with Bruiser Brody, you know, those were it was just crazy. And on top of that, Mick Foley's death matches that he had when he was in Japan. I was just like, this dude is insane. So those were mine. Let's go to you, Rick, first, and then Mimi.
Well, probably the most devastating, most traumatizing was Marty Jannetty getting thrown through that barbershop window, man. I'm telling you, as a kid, I was just like, what are they doing? Why? Shark! Just go back and just be the Rockers. Why did you do this? Like, it was really traumatizing. I mean, I don't trust people because of that now.
Yeah. No, I hear you. All right. So, Mimi, what do you have to say?
For me, it was when Roddy Piper did the pineapple to Snuka's face.
Oh.
So traumatizing, she forgot the fruit.
Yeah, I know. It was a pineapple.
The coconut.
Oh. I thought it was a pineapple. But then there was also, of course, Owen Hart during that pay-per-view because we were watching it from home.
Oh, really?
You know, I was with my kids watching it, and I was like, oh, no, that's just a stunt. That's just a stunt. And to find out for real, I mean, I cried for a week.
Dang. For a week?
And I didn't like Owen Hart. I hated him as a character.
It's a person at the end of the day.
Yeah. At the same time. So, all right. So I'm going to read some of these, and then I'm going to give you guys a consensus of the overall on what it was. Honestly, I read a lot of them. I tried to read a lot of them. I didn't find. No, maybe I think I did. I think I did find one hater comment of the week, but I just don't know where it is. All right. So Matt Novak, he was the first one to comment. He said the Undertaker hanging the big boss man from the cage and raising it up. I remember that, man. Yeah, that was a little freaky. Yeah. Todd Silver, he said Earthquake squashing Hogan on the Brother Love show.
Oh, yeah.
I remember that one too. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Jazzy J, she said when Boogeyman came out and ate all the live worms and it was all over his face, and when Jeff Hardy fell and messed up his neck. So we only asked for one there, Jazzy J.
Yeah, come on. What are you doing?
You know, get with the program. So Tracy Serino, she says, seeing Captain Lou in the Cyndi Lauper video. Jesus, man. Josh Sanders said Edge's retirement.
Oh, God, Edge.
You know, here we go again. Jesus, man. And then he said, and then he went on again. He said, then the Chris Benoit incident.
All right, Josh, you know what? You can't find the hater comment of the week? I think we just did.
All right, Adam Monet said 100% Benoit. Then Vince's on-screen death? Oh, was that when he blew up
the limo? Yeah.
Okay. All right. But 100% Benoit, though. That's
I don't know, Adam.
He's a lifer in our book, Adam. I don't know if you
he's
know that.
He's traumatized by it.
He probably is. John Young said, Earthquake injures Hogan. Joe Chinelli, he said the spots when Undertaker hanging people was pretty bad. In my book, I remember when he hung Gangrel, that was insane. I don't remember that.
I don't remember that either.
So
we have to do our research.
We might have to do our research on it. Ian D. Moore, he said when Brock Lesnar F5 the one-legged Zach Gowen.
Yeah.
That's I remember that. It wasn't traumatizing. That
was funny.
He pushed him down the stairs, too.
Yeah, he did. It's fucked up. Nelson Sanchez, he says Big Show slamming Ray into the ring post while he was completely strapped to the backboard. I remember that. Mm-hmm. I remember that. Mark King, for some reason, you know what? He might be hater comment of the week because he wrote Randy Savage was an asshole. Really had nothing to do with it. I think because on the question itself, I put in parentheses, Macho Man getting bit by the snake. So he must be referring to that because then he posted a YouTube video saying Gorgeous George on Randy Savage being controlling and the horrible blah, blah, blah. Didn't say anything else other than that. So that wasn't what the purpose of the poll was there, brother. So I don't know where you was trying to get at with that. Dale Grow, he said Joe LeDuc took a bloodbath oath on Live Channel 5 Wrestling in Memphis when he sliced his right arm with an axe. My God, man. My God.
Heavens to Murgatroyd.
Carlos Cuervo, he said Sid jumping off the top rope and snapping his leg. I remember seeing that.
That was disgusting.
That was so disgusting because it was just hanging there. I was like, ah.
So is Carlos related to Jose?
Yes.
It could be, yeah.
Jose's his daddy.
He went on to say, I watched that live as a kid and to this day can't stomach to watch it again. Joe Browning said Road Warriors trying to put out Dusty's eye. I remember that one too. Deanna Van Covenet said Owen Hart passing away and Eddie Guerrero passing away. Mark Smith said Undertaker losing at WrestleMania. Wow. Jim J. Green. Jim J. Green.
Green.
Benoit. Kerry Franklin said Owen Hart's fall. Christopher said Owen Hart's fall. Manny Adrian Garcia said Owen Hart. I was there at the Kemper Arena, left after the following match. I didn't watch it. I just couldn't enjoy the rest of the event. I still have the paper the following day. Still bothers me till this day. So
wow.
That's
a lot, man. That's just a heavy situation, just to be there. I couldn't even imagine that. I mean, I watched it live and that was pretty bad for me too. Yeah. But to actually be there in person and witness it, that's gotta be rough. Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, a lot of the comments on here was about the death of Owen Hart, and a lot of them said Benoit. A lot of them said Benoit.
I mean, at first
it is traumatizing though.
Yeah. Steven Steele, he said Brutus Beefcake with the metal plate in his face, getting totally believed it. So, who was it? Somebody responded. Bill, he said, is part of the comment missing and his face getting what? Then Steven replied back, getting hit. So I guess he forgot to put that in there. Bill Von Phelps, he says, hanging the boss man from hell in Hell in the Cell.
Oh, God.
Another one, Chris Benoit murdering his wife and child. Magnum TA's accident at Kerry Von Erich's suicide. Jesus, man. Joey Anderson said Undertaker locking Ultimate Warrior in a casket. When did that happen? I don't remember that.
Yeah, I remember that. That was back when they had the funeral parlor skits.
Really?
Yeah.
I gotta look that up because I've seen it several times. Now, mind you, we had like 300-400 comments. So I've seen a lot of that one was on there too. Look at this, another one. Boss Man cutting up Al Snow's puppy.
Yeah.
Jesus.
And eating it.
And eating it, yeah. Rod Lewis said New Jack repeatedly stabbing the wannabe wrestler in the ring and then being sent to jail. That really happened. Rod Lewis again commented Big Show pulling off the prosthetic leg of the disabled wrestler and holding it in his hands, just staring at it. Oh my God. Teresa Lovett said, Owen Hart, I was there. She went back and forth with another person talking about it. I'm not going to read all of it. Jonathan Lester said, death of Little Beaver.
Who?
Little Beaver. He was the midget, one of the midget wrestlers that tagged with King Kong Bundy at WrestleMania 3.
Got you.
Okay. Raymond Chubb. That's his name. Raymond Chubb Harrington said Bruno Kayfabe hit in the head with a chair by Larry Zbyszko. I remember that one. Bobby Dalton said Vince buying WCW.
Wow.
Oh my God.
That was traumatizing because I like WCW.
Patrick Daniel Reed said Randy the Macho Man diving onto Ricky Steamboat's throat. I don't think he meant to say saving diving. Dork. Anthony Kennedy says Randy Savage crushing Ricky Steamboat's windpipe. That's what he was. That's what he meant.
That's what he said.
Darren Bongiovioni said, not to this day, but when Shawn Michaels collapsed after getting kicked in the head by Owen Hart, I thought it was real. I was so worried about Michaels that I failed the math test the next day at school because I couldn't think about anything else but him.
Sounds like you're an idiot.
Jesus Christ. Rob Craddock, he said 2 incidents that didn't traumatize me, but did the show in the UK. The Samoan SWAT team attacking the injured Road Warriors, so ended NWA on UK terrestrial TV. Kevin Sullivan and his crew attacked some jobber, Billy Jack Haynes, he thinks. Billy Jack Haynes wasn't a jobber, man. He was a, top wrestler back in the day. He says, I think commentary at the time and some rando in the audience with a golden spike, so ended Florida TV. All right, I shouldn't have read all that. Andrew Edwards, he said Sid's leg snapping in half. Jimmy Kenny, he says without a doubt. Owen Hart. Another one, Shawn Michaels grabbed blood when gargled blood when Kane stepped on his neck with a chair. I remember that.
I do remember that.
But I don't think he was gargling blood, was he?
I think it was probably one of those ampules that he cracked.
Oh, it could have been, yeah. All right. Oh my God, I just saw it and it went away. All right, I'll find it. Owen Hart, another Owen Hart. The Sheik stabbing some dude on TV. My God, Jesus. Robert Weldon, he just said Hogan. Wow. Jeffrey Jacobs says Andre the Giant beating Hogan on the main event for the WWF title. My first betrayal when Shawn Michaels and Marty Jannetty broke up on the barbershop.
Yep.
Roger Badowski said Boss Man hanging from a noose. Tom Howard said the chair shots Mankind took against The Rock in an I Quit match. I remember that one. Ken Whiteman, this one is funny. He says Sasha's booking on the main roster.
It is kind of traumatizing.
Oh, man.
That's messed up.
Donovan Stab said Hogan turning heel. Another Sid's leg. Brock Lesnar ending Undertaker's career. Eddie Guerrero died. Bruiser Brody spur cutting Missing Link's forehead. I seen that match. Very disturbing. Ishmael said Owen Hart. Another Owen Hart. Undertaker locking Warrior in a casket. See, that's another one. Yep. Sid's leg. The pay-per-view when Mae Young showed her puppies.
Oh, God.
That's disgusting.
It's like a gym sock. Ugh.
Nasty.
Like a long gym sock. Ugh.
Exactly. Oh, nasty. Me Dudley. Another one. Owen Hart falling from the ceiling. When Steve Bullock, this one was funny. When the Sheik broke my ink pen when me and my best friend was stupid enough to ask for an autograph. Oh my God. Dwayne Kern says when Sid went off the top rope and his leg just went backwards. Eric Westcott, Sid's legs break. Yuck. Laquan Floyd said, honky tonk man bashing Macho Man over the head with a guitar. Another one, Owen Hart dying at a pay-per-view. Chris Benoit bawling his eyes out when Eddie died. Another, Owen Hart fell from the ceiling.
It was rafters.
Michael Russell, he said, David Arquette winning the WCW Championship. Oh, my God. Calvin Rogers said Brian Pillman pulling a gun on a Glock on Stone Cold Steve Austin. Cameron Goodrich, he said, when Big Daddy V was the love machine and his finisher is humping other men. Christ.
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
Not that there's anything wrong with that, but it can be traumatizing. Ryan Adams, he says, Papa Shango putting a voodoo curse on the Ultimate Warrior, making him vomit.
Yeah, that was nasty.
Yeah. Another Owen Hart death. Another one, CM Punk.
Who wrote that shit? That's a hated comment.
Dexter Lee Mankiat.
There you go. Dexter Lee Mankiat. I'm doing CM Punk.
Steve Jackson, Hulk Hogan is the third member of the Outsiders. It just went on and on. Like I said, there was so many. Jerry Lawler having the heart attack on TV.
Oh,
yeah,
yes.
that was rough.
I remember that too. Gosh.
It was very, very rough, and I remember that because it happened during the commercial break, I believe, right?
They went to a commercial break when it happened.
Oh, did they? Is that what? Okay. All right. So, hater comment?
Mark King, man.
There you go.
Macho Man.
There you go. All right, so we'll make him hater comment. Go ahead.
All right, hater alert! Mark King and you Canadian bastards!
Jesus Christ! Wow!
Damn.
My God.
I love my Canucks.
Wow.
Stop it.
Goodness gracious.
You're so noisy.
Yeah, eh?
I do.
All right, so let's go on to the news. Rick, take it away.
All right, before we do that, let's get into some birthdays. All right, Billy Kidman.
It
just feels right? Instead of hearing and smelling Mimi's breath.
Yahoo!
I'm next to her.
All right. Billy Kidman turns 45 years old.
Really? He's still working backstage too, right?
I have no clue. I just read the birthdays, Tony. That's all.
Oh, my bad. Okay.
Kevin Owens turns 35 years old.
Really?
Yeah, Kevin Owens.
Well, he did say that on SmackDown.
He did.
And last and least, William Regal turns 51 years old.
Oh wow, really?
Yeah.
That's
overrated. Overrated, bro. I'm sorry.
You think so?
Absolutely. He's a general manager of NXT. He doesn't do anything. He's storyline. People are like,
he has good stories.
He's the greatest GM of all time. What?
I don't know about that.
Come on.
He got good stories. It's better than freaking SmackDown and Raw.
Oh, damn.
All right, relax, Mimi. It's now time for the wrestling news from around the world. Nikki Cross is going to Raw.
Okay. How was that news?
The Miz is getting a 2-disc DVD set.
Wow. Okay.
That's all the news we got for this week.
Jesus Christ.
Nikki Cross,
Yeah.
You want to see news? Go look at her Instagram.
Why?
She's got makeup on. She
Really?
looks like a lady.
Really?
Dude looks like a
Beautiful
lady.
Yeah.
She don't look psycho. She's like a normal lady.
Did you say she don't look Dyko?
I said psycho.
Oh.
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
There's nothing wrong with that, but I'm just saying she doesn't look
Lord.
crazy. She looks like a normal lady and gorgeous too.
Really? But she is. I've seen older pictures of her. She's a very pretty woman. I
mean, she's pretty now, but she just looks psycho.
Yeah, she's just.
Oh yeah,
psycho.
yeah.
Well, you know how you love those psycho girls.
Damn. Wait, who? Me or Rick?
You.
Me?
So have you seen his wife?
Just exactly.
That's exactly what I'm talking about. She's psycho.
She's a psycho little bitch. Anyway. All right, so on to rumors, speculation. You guys are going to love this one. has Brock Lesnar signing another big deal with the WWE, and that being why he is done with the MMA. So.
Oh, no.
But, you know what? Wait, no, hold on a second. This might be a blessing in disguise, because one of the matches I've been waiting on is to see a wrestling match with Brock Lesnar versus Bobby Lashley, okay? And Bobby Lashley, when he heard that Brock Lesnar was done with the WWE and he was going to MMA, Bobby Lashley was like, you know what? When my contract is expired, I'm going to be done with it too, because I want to fight Brock Lesnar in MMA. And then now that he's back, I don't think Bobby Lashley's going to leave, because he still wants that match with Brock Lesnar. And there's a lot of people still want that match with Brock Lesnar and Bobby Lashley.
I don't mind if Brock Lesnar comes back. I do mind if he holds the belt and it becomes a part-time.
No, I get it. And that's what we all been complaining about, though. You know, and the thing of it is, what's going to get me upset is the fact that Fox is calling a lot of the shots, and it's pissing me off. And one of the shots that they're calling is that they want Brock Lesnar on SmackDown.
Well, he could be on SmackDown. He just don't win the belt.
I'm telling you right now, the way it's looking, especially because one of the other rumors is that they're going to sign, or they already signed, Bill Goldberg. I don't know. Yeah. So it looks like it's going to be a part-time main event going on SmackDown.
Oh, Lord.
Yep.
I think SmackDown lost last year. Imagine this year now.
Oh, don't do it, please.
But honestly, I mean, and I know both of y'all are going to disagree with me, but honestly, I think SmackDown going to 3 hours, because they said that's the other rumor, that they're going to go to 3 hours once they switch to Fox. I think that's going to help them a lot.
I think so, too. I agree with you on that.
All right, sure.
We'll see.
Yeah.
I'm pessimistic about it.
Yeah, okay, sure. All right, so the other one, for whatever it's worth, Bray Wyatt told a fan that he's working on bringing Luke Harper into the Firefly Funhouse gimmick.
I can see that.
I can too.
That'd be pretty cool.
I can too. Yeah. So now,
Uncle Lukey.
Now I'm gonna go on a little rant here, and then you guys join in on the fun.
Another Tony's rant.
You damn right.
Here we go.
And it's because it leads into this rumor. Now you know, we've been reporting about Luke Harper not being happy there, and he asked for his release, and they denied it. Now a lot of the things, like I used to wrestle Luke Harper back in the day. I've mentioned that quite a few times.
No, I don't think you have.
No, I haven't. All right, so back in the day, I used to wrestle Luke Harper before he had the beard and the mustache and all that other stuff.
Tony, I was joking. I've heard. Yeah.
So you don't want me to go into details?
No.
Are you sure? Because I can.
No,
you can.
No,
we know fight. We know fight.
Yeah.
You sure?
No,
you got to record it too, don't you?
Yeah, it's on YouTube. Militia225.
Yes, you know that's just how I roll. Thank you. All right, so now, there was like numerous reports that one of the reasons why like Vince is not really high on him is because he asked him to do a Southern accent, you know, like from Louisiana. And he couldn't do it. And Luke Harper was like, well, you know, because his character was fitting like somebody from Louisiana, you know, like from the Bayou and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So he wanted him to talk like a Southerner. So Luke Harper couldn't do it. He was like, I'm from upstate New York and Rochester, dude. You want me to do it? Really? I mean, some people are talented enough. I'm not saying that he's not. But some people are talented enough to pull that off. Some people are not. So you really going to hold that against him? You know what I'm saying? You can't hold that against him. You know, so because ever since then, Vince has always been like, Luke Harper, whatever. You know what I'm saying? It's like, oh, come on, man. So Luke Harper had to prove himself in the ring, you know, to even convince Vince that he's a good wrestler and this and that. And then now with all this other bullshit that happened, you know, like the Bludgeon Brothers was Vince's idea, you know, and then look what happened. One of them got hurt, or did both of them get hurt?
Both of them got hurt.
Well, this dude, no one got hurt first, and then Harper got hurt.
And then Harper. So, and then, obviously, they're not bringing it back. So I kind of feel bad for Luke Harper because he's got a good gimmick going, very good wrestler. Why not use him? You know what I'm saying? He can be used in one of the brands there, so stop being a dick. Vince McMahon, he's at that age where it's like, you know what? You just don't got it anymore, man. You lost your balls. You lost your fucking brass.
Oh, I didn't lose my grapefruits. I didn't lose them. He should be fired. It's a southern fucking accent, Tony.
Whoa! Jesus Christ!
Well, I reckon what I'm saying right here is I can do pretty good southern accent right there. I don't understand what the hell happened to
You're talking way too fast.
The hemoglobins and all the stuff they're doing over there, and Luke Harper can't do it. I mean, you need
to
Luke
be
Harper.
a redneck, you don't have to be southern.
That's true.
True.
There's northern rednecks.
I understand that, but we're talking about Vince McMahon here.
Well, he don't know nothing. He's from like freaking Connecticut and shit.
Well, he was born in a trailer park, so.
Well, I did have cousins that were born in upstate New York or raised in upstate New York, and they were saying "gosh darn it" and stuff like that. And I'm like, "Your mama from Brooklyn? What are you talking like that
for?" So, all right. So now back to Vince. Now the thing is with Vince, in my opinion, especially lately, it's like I think he's lost his marbles. He hasn't. Like I said, he's so far up corporate's butt that he's letting them control the WWE. And that's what I'm seeing. Mm-hmm. Because the littlest thing that happened and then it gets the crowd intrigued, they want to pull the plug on it, Or like prime example, the War Raiders. They went through a gazillion name changes just because the word war was in it. Like, really? Really? My point is, Vince doesn't need any corporate motherfuckers because he would make that money anyway. He's made a lot of money as it is. Why are you going to put yourself out there and let them control it? You know what I'm saying? That is preposterous. Preposterous. And ridiculous. And churlish. It is. It's time for him to go. It is.
Bye, bitch.
Bye, bitch. Mm-hmm. And speaking of that, Triple H briefly liked a tweet blaming Vince McMahon for WWE's confused and pointless storylines and saying the company should provide its wrestlers with health insurance. And they should.
Absolutely.
They're $1 billion, dude. You can't afford them fucking insurance, Anyway.
I mean, Geico saved yourself 15%.
10%.
15.
In 15 minutes.
In 15 minutes. That's what I meant.
I mean, Geico, if you wanted to sponsor you.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. Sure. All right, so that's it for the rumors. Rick, what do you got for the injuries, my man?
Vince McMahon's ego. After that rant, his balls.
But do you guys agree with me or no?
I do.
No, you don't agree with
Rick
me?
doesn't because he doesn't want.
Vince McMahon needs to stay forever. Then, now, forever.
No, I think it's
he likes to suck on the grapefruits of Vince McMahon.
Oh my God!
I would join the Kiss His Ass Club any day.
So, all right, so I bet you would. So now, Jesus. So yeah, that's all I got.
All right. Injury, Dominic Djokovic, knee surgery, torn MCL.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so...
Looked like they were going to give him a push, too.
Yeah, and somebody pushed him pretty hard.
Yeah, putting a break in shit.
Yeah, so that's like, 6 to 9 months?
About that.
At least, yeah.
Yep.
And that's all I got for the injuries.
All right, so now before we go into Raw notes, I'm just going to skim by Raw anyways, but... I wanted to talk. This is another subject I wanted to talk about. Is the whole Lio Rush thing? Did you guys been keeping up on that and hearing all the shit that he's been going through? And there's a lot of mixed messages out there, in my opinion. Now, with everything that's been reported on Lio Rush, do you guys agree with him, or did you want me to say what's been reported?
Yes.
You guys are giving me that blank face of I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't know what you're talking
about. Damn. All right, so basically, Lio Rush has been complaining that he should be a babyface. He says that he can be a top star in the company, that he should not be carrying anybody's bags, and bringing them water.
I agree with that. Don't do that.
But that's called paying dues too, and showing respect. Okay, that's the biggest one everybody's been talking about. And Rick, you should know because you just started into the business.
That's true.
Again, after recovering from a 3-year injury.
Yes.
Finger injury.
Did the fingernail grow back?
Not yet. Not fully. It's like 99%.
Oh,
yeah.
okay. So, but the thing of it is that all right. So when I was into business,
he was in the business.
Business, yes, the business, yes. The thing of it is, like, if a veteran wrestler came in, like Jimmy Snuka or Greg the Hammer Valentine, guys like that, I would get up from my seat and offer them my seat. You know what I'm saying? Or if I just so happen to go get some water, and if one of them even asked me, hey, can you give me a bottle too or whatever, yeah, I go get it for them because that's showing respect to the guys that were there before us. Basically, that's what was happening with Lio Rush. So you guys still agree with Lio? Or, I mean, because it is part of paying your dues. You know, he's coming in. For me, how I'm looking at it is that he's coming in demanding respect, and he doesn't think he needs to respect the other people. And I don't see it that way. I
mean, I don't think respect is in the form of carrying your bags and getting you water. Now, if you ask me...
Yeah, but the way it's being presented, it's like he's being forced to do it.
Yeah, it sounds like one of those college fraternities where they're hazing you and stuff like that.
Well, the wrestling is like a fraternity.
Yeah, and that's just not cool. I mean, times have changed, man. I'm sorry. We're the new school generation. We're not. No,
snowflake generation.
No, it's that I'm not gonna carry your fucking bag. Like
no, but I understand that. But let's just say, like, if I got 4 fucking bags. And Leo's got like 2, or he's just so happened to be walking by. He just doesn't think he needs to go and help somebody with their shit.
Bobby Lashley is 6 Lio Rushes in one. So I don't want to hear anything about Bobby Lashley not holding his bag. But Lio Rush, I mean, listen. If you ask me to hold your stuff, if I can, I'll do it. If you ask me to get you a bottle of water, yeah, sure. But you best damn believe. If I'm perched and I'm parched, I'm gonna be like, can you get me some water? And if you say no to me, I'm like, all right, next time you need some water for your diabetic medication, don't be asking me.
But the only reason why Lio Rush is relevant is because of Bobby Lashley.
Ooh.
No, he's relevant because he
was not relevant at all in the big in maybe in NXT.
He was in NXT, and he got called to
Live,
and he got called to the main roster to do that job because of his mouth and ability to talk.
But that made the only reason why is because of Bobby Lashley.
Well, because Bobby Lashley was there.
He wasn't gonna be doing. If they put him on the main card, he wasn't gonna be representing himself.
No, of course not.
Somebody else.
But I don't represent Bobby Lashley.
Listen, you got a good mouth too, Rick. Okay. it's sure pretty. But
if they Jesus Christ, I just got that.
If they tell you to, because you got a good mouth, we're gonna put you up on the main roster, but you gotta, earn your dues, earn your keeps, carry some bags and do whatever. Your ass would be doing it too.
I mean, I would up until a certain point. Then. But the thing is,
that's called paying your dues.
And Lio
for instance, another instance too is that Aleister Black. He was in the back of the locker room, and I think the show was almost over, and he was in the back picking up everybody else's trash.
Mm-hmm.
Until one day Roman came up to him and goes, "You don't have to do that no more, bro." That show, number one, he's still paying his dues, and believe it or not, it is still considered paying your dues. But he's also being respectful and trying to keep the place clean because locker room etiquette, in the indies, the same thing. You don't leave that shit a mess.
Yeah. And if you're in NXT, I've seen those guys
tear down the
ring, bring the ring in, set it up, the whole 9 yards.
No, and I get that.
We saw them doing that. And then, being that you said that too, Jimmy Hart, who's probably one of the greatest wrestling managers of all time, he gets booked to do indie shows, and he's tearing down the ring. Mm-hmm. He's putting up the ring. He's helping these guys. And now, do you consider him a vet? I mean, a lot of, that was another, I'm just saying a lot of people are like, well, he wasn't a wrestler. He didn't take bumps. But he did take his fair share of bumps, because Rick, you're into the indie scene as a manager. You got to learn how to take bumps.
Yeah, of
regardless.
Course. Yeah.
Why? Because there could be a spot.
Finger.
Yeah, I know, right? But because there could be a spot where you do gonna have to take a bump. You know what I'm saying? So they were throwing out Jimmy Hart saying, he's still getting booked at indie shows, and he's still doing at indie shows. Mm-hmm. He's helping these guys tear down the ring and putting it up and shit like that. So what makes Lio Rush thinks that he's all that in a bag of chips to say, I'm not doing that? That's where I'm coming from. You know what I'm saying?
I think it's just to a certain extent. I'm gonna do what I can.
Yeah, but I think he's over exaggerating what's being done to him.
But I can definitely see it. I can see it from that point of view. But I can also see it also being exaggerated from the other people because, just to be fair, sometimes people take these rituals a little too far, and they'd be like, "Well, back in my day, we used to do this," and you expect everybody to do it, and it's just not how it is anymore.
Yeah, but it's still considered paying your dues.
I get it.
But it's not like they're asking him to do something so terrible that it's going to discredit him as a wrestler.
Listen, he's
respectful.
He's a small man. Also, Napoleon complexes are larger than life. So he may also be just looking at it like, "Yo, you're trying to chump me because I'm small, but I'll kick your ass." That's
okay. But now I'm going to throw it to you this way too. He was offered a $300,000 a year contract, and he turned it down because he says he's worth more than that, double of that.
I don't think he is.
I mean, that's his style of trying to wager to get more money, I guess.
No, I understand that, but he's not $600,000. Hell no, he hasn't proved that much.
I mean, if you ask a basketball player, if you ask a basketball player who's the best basketball player in the league, do you think they're going to say LeBron James, or do you think they're going to say themselves?
They're going to say themselves.
Exactly. So he's going to say...
They're going to say Michael Jordan.
Michael Jordan.
Not a professional basketball player. They're going to try to say themselves.
But I
so if you say what I'm worth $600,000.
Yeah, but even rookies, when rookies first do, they help out. They do what they can and da-da-da, and then they start to prove their worth. You know what I'm saying? They don't play every game because they're a rookie. But, you know what I'm saying? Unless they're really, really good. Or like the Yankees, they got their whole squad injured and then they started to come in. You know what I'm saying?
But the thing is, too, is that you have veterans who've been there who still help out, okay? And they still pick up somebody else's bag. And they still kiss Vince McMahon's ass. They still kiss
Roman.
Triple H and Stephanie's ass.
Chumps.
What makes you think that Lio Rush is better than those people?
He's not. But bottom line is this. Here's the bottom line. Rick Serrano III will carry Bobby Lashley's bags. So Bobby, hit me up. The agent will come on over and he'll carry your bags.
But back to what I was saying though. I mean, he was offered a contract for $300. $300.
I'll take it.
I'll take $300 a freaking night.
For $300,000 a year. You know what I'm saying? It's like
it's more than what I make in my real job.
It's like, be blessed that you're being offered that. Do you know how many people is knocking on the WWE's door to get in, just to get in? Mm-hmm. And being in the indies, that's your main goal. I don't give a fuck about AEW. I don't give a fuck about any other of those Impact or New Japan.
I give a fuck about AEW.
I do care, but they haven't even been on TV yet.
Cody.
You know what I'm saying? So my point is that the main goal for everybody out there, and there's still thousands of wrestlers in the indies, is knocking on the WWE's door. The one thing their main goal is to be at the WWE and to be the best that they can be, to be at WrestleMania. That's the overall goal. You know what I'm saying? That's why I look at somebody like Kenny Omega. It's like, dude, great performer. He's done some stupid shit, but I can't call him the greatest until I seen him on the big stage. You know what I'm saying? And it's just how it is. You can't turn down $300,000 because that next person who can be like a Lio Rush will take that shit.
Rick Serrano the third?
He probably could. He's got to lose a lot of weight though.
Damn.
But you know what I'm saying? That's all. Because I've seen it all over the internet, and I'm just like wondering, why is he acting like this? And then I put myself in the wrestler's perspective of when it happened when I was in, and for me, he's making it too much of a big deal. That's how I see it.
He's crying like a little bitch.
He's crying like a little biatch. Trifling bitch.
Trifling bitch.
All right. Raw notes.
I don't.
All right, so I'm going to go through this super fast. Raw opens up with Vince.
Yo, he was so confused, man.
He was very confused. I was confused this whole week of wrestling. I don't know what the hell is going on. The wild card.
It was wild. It was like, it's like playing Uno with no rules.
Unbelievable.
Yeah. You want to come on Raw? You want to go SmackDown? Sure.
Right?
Come on.
But the thing of it is, it changed from 3 to 4 to 5 to 6. It's like, make up your fucking mind.
And then, I only showed up on Raw because I knew you would show up, Kofi.
Yeah.
That's why I'm here. Daniel Bryan, you haven't been on TV in a month. How did you know that Kofi was going to show up? Exactly. And Kofi showed up because Roman showed up.
But not only that, though, it's like, what bothered, this is why I went on this whole tyrant about Vince, is that he comes out, I'm a genius. No, you're not. No, you are not.
No, you ain't.
No, you ain't. No, you isn't. Oh, my God. Cole saying Monday Night Yard. Really, Cole? Really? Did you catch that?
No, I didn't. I would punch somebody.
Oh, my God. Yeah, when Roman came out, he goes, it's Monday Night Yard. Totally fucked it up. Oh, my God. Anyway, Roman saying Vince lied to y'all about the whole thing. Daniel Bryan comes out. Kofi comes out. Vince mentioned about 3 from Raw and then 3 from SmackDown being a wild card. AJ's music hit. Honestly, though, it wasn't a bad start. I was hyped, but I was just so lost about the whole wild card, because it doesn't make sense. To me, it does not make sense at all. After AJ and Seth were arguing, because Seth ended up showing up, Vince had another idea and made a tag team match. The whole opening was 25 minutes long. That was a very long opening for Raw.
And it was a commercial to come back with AJ.
And to come back with AJ, yeah. It's like, what the fuck? So it was AJ and Seth versus Bobby Lashley and Baron Corbin. Winner was Lashley and Corbin. 22 minutes long this match was. 22 goddamn minutes. But it was a good match. I'm not going to take that away. AJ hit Seth with the phenomenal forearm and then bounced. So I was like, okay.
I'm loving that Corbin's winning. He's the best heel in WWE right now.
Absolutely. Yeah, I agree. Next segment, Sammy was talking trash again. Strowman came out, chased him back to the gate. And to me, this was funny. With Sammy, he goes, "This has nothing to do with you." And then he turns around. Like, I was laughing. I was just like, really? Of all this, that's all you say to him? So he gets caught. Braun throws him in the dumpster, and then he gets booted out there. Next, Lucha House Party versus 3 jobbers. This was a quick 4-minute match. But why are they getting so much TV time, the Lucha House Party?
I have no clue.
Me neither.
Cinco de Mayo?
Oh, yeah. Could have been.
Because those güeros always like to celebrate.
I forgot. Yeah.
Cinco de Mayo.
Then up next, it was Ricochet versus Robert Roode. This was a good match, but it didn't make no sense storyline-wise because they said that if Ricochet lost, Robert Roode would take over in the Money in the Bank. It was like a 2-second storyline, and it led to a match. And have you guys noticed that WWE's been doing that?
Yeah.
They've been doing a quick storyline just to justify why the match is happening. It
sucks.
It's stupid. Now, what was it? Oh, the women's promo, Dana, Naomi, and Natty. Okay.
Yo, Natalia is trash. How dare you talk about this girl, Lacey Evans, when you have an Instagram for your cat?
Yeah.
What? She's just terrible. Oh, God.
Yep.
Her promos suck. She sucks. Worse. I mean, I like Natty as a wrestler, but your promos suck. Girl, you need help.
Trash. It's just trash.
You need Rick Serrano to curve.
So anyway, they show Rey Mysterio and his son. And then as Rey went into the locker room, Dominic was walking, and as the camera panned back, showed Samoa Joe lurking right behind him. But then pretty much punked his ass out, though, which I thought was pretty funny. Lacey Evans versus Ali Katrina.
Oh.
And it was, Ali Katrina. Okay.
So now they punking Lacey Evans.
How they punking Lacey Evans?
You just said the Ali Katrina one.
No, I did not. I said her name twice. That's all I said. Did you hear me say she won?
I don't know. I fell asleep after the...
Lacey
Evans. I'm not the only one.
No.
Lacey Evans wins. Dana, Naomi, Natalya, and Alexa Bliss were at ringside. Lacey went on and said that the reason she invited them was to see what a real lady is and blah, blah, blah. Becky came out. They went at it again. Okay. All right, sure. Then up next is Viking Raiders versus Hawkins and Ryder. The winners were Viking Raiders, so it looks like it's going to be them versus the Viking Raiders at Money in the Bank, I'm presuming. Then there was another episode of the Firefly Funhouse.
You said it slow, though.
No.
Firefly.
No. Don't ruin it for me.
Firefly Funhouse.
I hate y'all.
Firefly Funhouse.
Anyway, what y'all think of this one?
This was good.
Bizarre. But I'm like so
the kids
intrigued.
is creepy.
But the kids were creepy. He was creepy because he was just like, what's that catchphrase he's been saying lately? Like, if you let me in, what is it? Do you remember? Something like that. But he says it. He says it with a smile, and he gets a little serious. If you let me in, bye. I'm like, dude, that is so creepy. So I'm digging this. I just want to see more and see where it goes.
You know, somebody said something interesting, and they said that Bray killed the rabbit.
Oh, really?
That buzzards are buzzards, and they eat after the animal is dead already.
That is true. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So that's saying that Bray killed the rabbit.
Yeah.
Kill the rabbit. Kill the rabbit. Kill the rabbit. Right.
And if you're Tony's age, that is from the Looney Tunes.
The Looney Tunes, yes. The Bugs Bunny.
The Bugs Bunny.
The Bugs Bunny. All right. So it was interesting. I'm waiting to see where it goes. Roman versus Drew. The winner was Roman by DQ. Shane and Elias interfered. Then the Miz music hits, chased Shane into the back. As Charlie was interviewing Shane.
Now she's a field reporter.
Yeah, she's like a field reporter. Follow them. So that was pretty funny. Shane was checking out the limo, and the Miz hits him from behind. This was a very long match / promo. But I wasn't mad about it. You know what I'm saying? Because number one, it protected Roman, protected Drew. But for all that to be mixed in, you know, it's with Shane. Yeah. So for me, it's going to be a little bit too much Shane, especially what happened on SmackDown. So I was just like, I'm over it. But it was all right. It was all right. The Revival versus the Good Brothers never happened. No, because some of the Uso Icy Hot got on my lip.
Yo. They destroyed the Revival, son.
Well, from what I'm hearing, though, is that because the Revival didn't decline the offer, the contract offer, so the WWE is trying to devaluate them, so that way, you know, when they go out on their own, nobody's going to want to sign with them. But it's stupid. It is.
They're going to AEW, guys.
They are. They're going to AEW.
They're gone.
The Usos gave them a sweat activator.
It should be working right about
now. And then they started itching their crotches, and you know Then they gave him water, and they were like, "You're not supposed to drink," or "No, you're supposed to drink it," or whatever.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that was a quick 3-minute promo or match or whatever the hell that was. Then No Way Jose, he came out only to get bashed by Lars Sullivan. That was a quick 2.5-minute spot. Okay.
Shall his hair go back in the book?
I don't even want to say it though, honestly.
Well, because that's probably the only time we're going to see No Way Jose. All right, how about this? If he's there next week, then we'll put him in the book. We'll put him back in.
Put him with the conga line too. I'm getting sick of that.
I'm so sick of that conga line.
It's like,
the main event: Kofi versus Daniel Bryan. This was a 21-minute match. Good back and forth. Kofi retains one clean, which was shocking to me. One very clean. I'm like, what? What?
I was like,
all right, so that is your Raw. You know what? Let's go quickly into part 2 of the Kenny Casanova interview, and then when we come back, then it is time for SmackDown Breakdown.
Bingo!
Now here's part 2 of the Kenny Casanova interview.
All right, so Kenny, I'm going to come up straight with you because you're a straight-up guy. Is Sabu the same guy in person that he is on Twitter?
All right, so if for those of you that end up reading the book, he posts that on Twitter. So he said these days, he's actually pretty smart. These days, he realizes that you have to kind of change to keep the keep evolving with the product, and social media is a big part of that.
Right.
A lot of these guys will have followers, and that then they can reach them with merchandise or what have you. If they're leave WWE, they still have their followers, this and that. So he decided he wanted to stay heel, and he drops rude words and it's like stuff that just gets people riled, right? So that was his idea. It didn't work too well because he didn't expect that some people were toward him, and then he lost his camera. It kind of backfired for him, you know. But when you actually just chill with the guy and stuff like that, he's super cool and he's super generous. And the guys in that wrote the passages for him, the book, mentioned how he'd do a show where a guy didn't get paid anything, and he'd take money out of his own pocket, give the guy money for gas and this and that, when he has absolutely nothing to do with the promotion. Wow. As far as some kind of ownership. So he's a super cool dude. He is misunderstood. That he talks like he's in the 80s sometimes.
Yeah.
As you probably know, back in the day, when you were growing up, kids might go, that was retarded or that was gay, and it's that type of that he gets himself because he says stuff like that and doesn't. He pumped up that type of volume intentionally on Twitter to try to stay in that 90s vibe, or I don't know why, but
he wanted the heat.
So it's funny if you read the book. At the end of the book, he says it. He's like, if you some of the Twitter stuff, I intentionally rile people on Twitter to get more hits, and it worked.
Yeah,
more people follow him, and they curse him.
Oh, geez.
So
that's just crazy. New Jack was like that too. New Jack was just ruthless on there, but he didn't he straight up said it anyway. No, this is me. This ain't no work. This ain't nothing. This is how I am. Blah blah blah. It's like, damn, New Jack, chill out. Now,
there were a couple of things that he wrote that was, to me, because I have a sixth sense of humor. To me, I laughed so hard, but I mean, a big part of that was I can't say some of those words anymore without pissing somebody off. Let me think if I can think what one of them was that got a lot of heat. Do you remember any of the tweets in particular?
There was just a lot of homophobic ones.
Yeah, that one.
What was it?
You remember it, Rick?
I don't have it in front of me. It was just something about homophobic and something like that. Just not PC.
Yeah. It was Renee Young.
Young.
So somebody, I think it was Taz, wrote, "Congratulations on being the first female announcer," something like that.
Commentator, yeah.
And then he Yeah, and I think he wrote back, she's the first female announcer. Let me think of how it was worded.
But not the first bitch.
Yeah. For maybe first bitch announcer. Let me think.
Because he was calling Cole.
No, here's what it was. I think it was something like first non-faggot is what it was. First
Jesus.
non-faggot.
Yes, that's what it was.
Yeah, it was first non-faggot, but still one of many cocksuckers.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
Yeah.
And dude, clearly he wrote that just to be like rude, just distasteful.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he got all kinds of hits on that. And he again, as a social experiment to some degree, he's trying to play a villain that says stuff that he doesn't care. Too bad if you don't like it. I'm still using the same language that I used 10, 20 years ago, just to rile people up. It's calculated,
right?
But it backfired because people reported it. They suspended him like 3 times with the thing, and eventually took it away, and he had to start a new. So
man,
it didn't work.
Yeah. Holy Jesus, man! All right, so staying on topic about your book. I got some other things I'm going to throw out at you, and I think one of them you might have gotten it from this person. Now I've been talking back and forth with Stevie Ray from the he just got into the Hall of Fame with his brother.
It's weird because one day he just started following me everywhere. He became aware of me. I don't know if it was you.
Yeah, it was because of me.
One day, all of a sudden, it's like, okay. Oh, yeah, Stevie Ray's following me on Twitter and Instagram and Facebook. I'm like, this dude's stalking me.
Yeah, well, because we were talking back and forth, and he was like at a bar or something. So he was on FaceTime. So then every time I was trying to ask him a question about being on the show or doing a project with him, as far as doing his own podcast, and I was going to help him out on that, and like be like a co-host for his show, somebody kept interrupting him. So then I was like, you know what? Fuck this. I'm just going to email the guy. So I emailed him, and I told him about, what my plans were. So he was all cool with it. He's on board with it, but he said he wanted it to wait a little bit. So then I told him, I said, well, if you're interested also, if you're looking to try to get some extra money, get a hold of Kenny Casanova, because he just did the book. He just did Vader's book, Sabu, and, I went through the whole list. So he was like, oh, okay, cool, yeah, I'll look him up. And then all of a sudden, now he's stalking you. So I thought that was pretty funny. So I dropped your name out, to keep you busy too, So he was, so it was funny though, because during the Hall of Fame, I was happy for the guy and shit like that. And I was watching the Hall of Fame show, and then, I would have to say about 10, 15 minutes after he did his speech, he sends me a message on Facebook, and he sends me a picture of himself with his Hall of Fame ring. And I'm like, oh, okay, congratulations, dude.
Nice.
If I wasn't watching it. So I was like, what the hell? So I thought that was pretty funny, yeah. So now I'm going to throw it at you now. Are you going to do his book next, or is that something we're going to talk about?
I think I shot a message when I saw that he was following me, but I don't think that he's it. So maybe he doesn't really use his direct message. Some of the guys I don't think do that.
Yeah.
If he asks, I think he's up there where I could.
Yeah.
Usually, one of my relations is I try to do guys that have held some kind of titles.
Right.
That's the only thing. If they've held some kind of title, I'm cool with it. Didn't happen with Dangerous Davis, but he's like right in my area. It was way easier to do, and also, I did a ton of shows with him, so I didn't have a problem breaking that little rule that I try to go with somebody who's had a title. He tagged those and that and such, so I probably would.
Yeah, awesome.
Right now, I'm working on Just Incredibles. Only a tiny bit in on that, almost nothing.
Right.
But we just started with his. Also, at the same time, I'm redoing Tito Santana's with his.
Oh, nice.
And
nice.
Yeah, his came out long ago. He had a little 100-pager kind of gimmick that was at his libraries and stuff like that at schools and stuff. But it wasn't my. It was almost like a kayfabe. Like they treated it like wrestling was real. That's how old the book is now.
Wow.
So it's like late '90s, you know, like where they would say, "And I almost won that match," you know,
Right.
and you're like, "That's kayfabe." And then you break a couple things there, but so now I'm going back through, took that, used it as the whole outline for the book, but I'm adding 300 pages to it, so I'm writing more than the original book was, you know, by 4 times probably.
Holy shit!
Wow.
Wow.
So we're going to do a good show on another guy, and I don't know what's going on with it, but Sid has called me a number of times.
Really?
And we were talking about it. I think he's got very particular thoughts, and that could be one that is definitely up for a contender, and I could do it. It's just kind of in limbo, and if I do it, I got to do it justice.
Right. Yeah.
Oh, I see what you did there.
Yeah.
I see what you did.
I looked
Justice.
at this,
Thank you very much.
Well, shit. I mean, of
Tony
course.
didn't catch it, though.
No, I did. I thought because you kept going with it, so I was waiting just for you to finish. So. No, well, I mean, Jesus, man. I mean, we both took a powerbomb from the guy anyway, so it's only fair that you do write the book.
Well, just to be honest, I kind of took a power bomb from him too when I went to an autograph signing and he didn't show up. So it was kind of like a power bomb myself.
Oh, jeez. You know, actually, it's funny that we're talking about it, Kenny, because I found the whole video of that fight. And
Nice.
I found it the other day. I was like, "Holy shit, there it is!"
But
And
who cares about the match itself? Take the very end of the match when
Yeah.
it's over and just upload that to YouTube.
yeah, I'm gonna. But I found it. I was like, "Holy shit, here it is! Here's the proof." So I thought that was pretty funny. Now I gotta ask you a question. Now, still sticking with the book theory line. Now, have you ever watched Viceland, the show?
I haven't seen it yet, but everybody's telling me to watch the Bruiser Brody one.
Yes,
So I
that's what I was
gotta
going to
check
ask you. Now, Bruiser Brody that would be an awesome book to write. I mean, obviously his son is very close to him. And when I was watching Viceland, man, I mean, he still kept a lot of his memorabilia in the storage unit. You know, so would you consider doing a book about Bruiser Brody and the things that happened? Because in the show Viceland, Tony Atlas was in it. Dutch Mantel was in it. And,
Yes.
man, this was a very, very touching story, especially like towards
Yeah, we
the
told
end.
the story in the Kamala book pretty in depth.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and we talked to Tony a little bit about it too, and there was a whole thing of Tony I don't know if they mentioned it, him having to carry the body out of the place and stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, it's pretty intense.
Would you consider doing that book? That would be a
stuff
good
with
book.
Brody early on, and Brody would Kamala booked for like steel cage matches and stuff all over the place, and he was pretty upset when he passed it. So,
Wow.
I'll have to check that out. That sounds good, though.
Yeah, definitely check it out, man. If there's a book in the future for that, man, I bet a lot of people would love to read
Is there a
that.
Brody book? I feel like there might be a book written on Brody.
Oh, really? Huh.
Maybe. If there is, it's all.
Yeah.
I'll have to look.
Holy shit! Wow. All right, so now I got another question. Now this is way off topic, and then I think Rick's got a question for you. Now, Keeping It 100. You've been a guest on that show before. I think actually this was when God rest his soul. Vader, I think, was on the show, and then he got you on there, right?
Yeah, we're almost ready to put it out 2 years in.
Right. Yeah.
He did a call into that show, and then randomly he's like, you probably mentioned the book. He's like, can you call Kenny and him come on and pitch the book quick?
Right.
So they called me up in the middle of their interview, and I just acted goofy and pitched a book that wasn't even like ready to print.
Yeah.
I think I mentioned I just Dylan Inferno's Instagram account because he always showed new friends or some dumb thing that they did. Or, they laughed. And,
They've mentioned you a few times though on their show.
Yeah.
And but now I'm the reason why I'm bringing this up is because obviously you was around in that era with New Breed Wrestling, which was very long ago. Now, one of the things that they talk about on Keeping It 100 is that
with the back spoiler?
Reverse Battle Royal. Yeah.
Yeah, I've written Conan about it.
Really?
And he wrote he wrote one word. So my email was something to this effect. I said that you keep talking about how, is it Simon Diamond? Who is it credited as being the creator of Denver Reverse Battle Royale? Is it Simon Diamond?
I think so, yeah.
Or is it Scott D'Amore? One of those guys.
No, I think it's Simon Diamond.
Around that time. Yeah, and they credited as being
right.
Because that's the worst match of all time. And it was horrible and this and that. I've never seen their.
I've never done.
And
either.
just for your listeners who don't know what happened, but it got a lot of magazines and stuff. They talked about it. King Kong Bundy versus Primo the Third.
Yeah.
Both guys. We had just built it. They got in there. They broke it. We had to have a battle royal at the end of the night because some of the guys that were on the show, that was their only spot on the show. And
right.
I remember out and saying, so instead of the battle royal, we'll do a reverse battle royal. Everyone found it, whoever can get into the middle of the broken ring.
Right.
So we had to do it. We had interest in that happening. That pretty much was forced into doing.
Yeah.
And so Conan and I said, you keep saying it's the first one. That, we get back in like '97 in Schenectady IUE Hall, and you guys are talking about something that happened in 2005 or something like that.
Right.
Maybe years later. And I said, I just want to know that you're wrong. Our royal happened at this time. And it's back kayfabe. I'm like, all right. Conan and I have emailed each other a bit, actually, a number of different things. Like, I've helped him find some pictures he wanted. What else? We talked about stuff for getting on the show, and I sent some books to that. Check out his book ahead of time.
Right.
Also, I set up the Vader interview. The other connections include, they used to have this dude, Kevin Gill, who was on the show.
Yeah.
Who they make fun of now because they kept off, but he was the booker for the Instant Clown Posse, the Juggalo Chip Wrestling.
Oh, really?
And he helped me get, what's the dude's name? What's the blonde ICP dude's name? Violent J.
Violent J, yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I think so.
Violent J. He helped me get Violent J to write a patch for the Kamala book.
Oh, nice.
Who used the books. Yeah, so that knew Kevin Gill. And now Buffini is a bit of a book. He likes the books and stuff, so I sent him some promos, and he's read all my books. And so, that's how we have some connection there. Plus, Kane is one of the few guys that are backstage at WWE now that know me. Like, there's a few of them. Him, Jeff Jarrett.
Right.
That's about it. I mean, those are most of the old school guys that know me, those two. Hurricane had a big role on that show, so that's my connection to guys. Though I think I've only been on it once.
Mm-hmm.
Don't you be somewhere else? They put me a couple of times, but I only remember being on it once. I think I was only on it once.
Right.
All right, well, Kenny, this is the last question, the mega question. Now, Kenny Casanova, ladies and gentlemen, is also a DJ and has thousands and thousands of songs. Kenny Casanova, what is the one wrestling theme song that you can listen to over and over again and gets you pumped every single time?
I think I really like Jive Soul Bro, Slip. I think I'm a fan of that. Here's the trivia. Guys, I don't know, Tony might have saw my post the other day. But it's a trivia question for that. Slick's song, Jive Soul Bro, cover tune. It was not his own song. He took it an old hip-hop original track, a word or two, and then made it his own. Yeah, I think they paid him some kind of royalty. Do you guys know the original hip-hop artist?
Ooh. I'm not as old as you guys.
Definitely pretty old. 1981 year.
Yeah, hold on. I know what it is. Jesus.
Yeah, so his name is Captain Chameleon.
Yes.
Super random, almost like P-Funk, almost like Fourth Day in the Time, kind of Clarence Carter sort of funky kind of guy. So, yeah, he did that, and he also did Grab, which was Junkyard Dogs. So,
yep.
Okay, yeah.
So if your listeners are out there and want to hear the originals, look up Captain Chameleon, Grab Them Kitty. and it was called Jive Foe, not So Bro. It was Foe.
Wow.
Well, awesome. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. A great interview, as always, with Kenny Casanova. Kenny, tell the people where we can find you on social media and what you're up to, what's next for you.
Plug away.
Okay, so you can find me at Kenny Casanova on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, because I'm old enough to actually have my own name. There's no real Kenny Casanova or anything like that. You can check out Kenny Casanova to find a portal for all of my outlets, including wrestling, books, and or DJ stuff. DJ website's thedjservice.com, and the book site is wohw.com, where you can pick up Kamala, Danny Davis, Bruce Beefcake, Sabu, and Vader books right now.
Awesome.
Awesome. Well, ladies and gentlemen, as you heard throughout this whole interview, we had some nice little great moments from Kenny Casanova's adventures in WWE Hall of Fame, where backstage we had Braun Strowman and Samoa Joe beat up Bret Hart's attacker. We know that Kenny loves Slick's music, Junkyard Dog. We know that Sabu was just being a dick, but he was just trying to be a heel. He wasn't being a dick. And the major thing that we know is that one half of the Raw Tag Team Champions may or may not have been offended by Kenny calling him a jobber. So,
wait, who? What?
I don't know.
It could have been a former. I didn't hear nothing.
Maybe it could be current or former. I don't know.
It could be one of y'all. Y'all just take a guess, will you?
Hey, can I? Let me tag something on there real quick. There's a local comic book store. It's called Heroes Hideout up here in the mall now.
Yeah.
They got all kinds of wrestling figures and stuff like that. And they do autograph signings, and we've had some of our guys come up and doing stuff. Nice. The other day, this individual that you guys are talking about walked in there, looked around, and bought the Sabu book and left. He refused to order it off my site after he's ordered all the other ones off the site. But he went and bought it in there and then left. So he still likes my book, but he's pissed at me.
Yeah, well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. This individual may or not be Kurt Hawkins. We don't know. Thank you very much, Kenny Casanova. Or Zack Ryder. Thank you very much, Kenny Casanova. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to go take a pause for the cause. Oh, yeah, and Kenny, when do we get Hacksaw Jim Duggan? We'll be right back.
This is the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes, and you are listening to the Wrestling POV podcast.
And we are back. Wow, Kenny. Wow.
Yeah.
So Sabu's not a dick.
Sabu's not a dick. No, he sure isn't.
He sure ain't.
But the thing of it is, it just goes to show, people who are not involved with the social media, how I don't want to say lost. That's a poor choice of words, but just Sabu's not a social media type person, and for him.
He doesn't have the social media etiquette.
No, it's not that. He's not. No, because he's old school. He's from the 80s where saying the things that he said was acceptable back then. You know what I'm saying? That's why I say he's not really in social media, because then he would see saying things like that is unacceptable now.
I think with all the chair shots, he believes he's in the 80s.
He probably still think he is in the 80s. But anyways, thank you very much, Kenny Casanova, for that wonderful interview. I think he's in the process of hooking us up with Vader's son to give us a little intel on what happened with his experience with his own dad, with Vader.
Exactly.
And tell us some good old stories. So I'm looking forward to that. And then once that comes up, we'll let you guys know.
Absolutely. And with that being said, Wrestling POV and Wrestling POV Global is affiliated with the Colin Elbow brand. Go to colinelbowbrand.com, save yourself 5%, not 5, 10% by using promo code WPOV. Almost at 5 because we get $5 every time you guys use promo code WPOV.
And that's like a tip for us, man.
That's
Come
a
on.
tip. I mean, we're giving you a tip by using promo code WPOV. You get 10%. So
in Rick's case, he gave the tip to Miguel.
10% WPOV. It's now time for the SmackDown Breakdown.
Are you ready? Break it down. Degenerate into something fool. We just got tired of doing what you told us to do. That's a break, boy. Yeah, that's a break, little man. Break it down.
Alright, so SmackDown opens up with AJ Styles. And I was like, yo, I'm gonna be honest. I shut SmackDown off like 3 times in this first segment because I was just like, no, I don't want to see this wild card crap. Why are you here?
Now, let me ask you a question because we're probably going to be jumping around a lot and going through NXT and SmackDown quick because we know it was a long episode. We know this. But who told Kofi that his win at WrestleMania was a fluke? I don't remember anybody saying that to him. I don't remember anybody. Well, he's only faced one person.
I think Daniel Bryan had mentioned it.
He hasn't been on TV, so how could he say it?
That's true.
When he first won.
No. Nobody. No. But he's going on SmackDown saying this is for them saying that my win was a fluke and this and that. But did you see the change of attitude that he had? Like Kofi, stop!
It's true. Stop it.
Oh my God, he's gotta stop it. Because honestly, he looked like a punk to me. He looked like a fucking punk on SmackDown.
He does.
It's like, dude, you know what? That now you're getting a little bit out of control. Be for the fans. Don't be like you're all that now. Say shit like I'm going to be a fighting champion for the fans because the fans helped me get on it. But he's not acting like that. He's like, I'm the champ now. Like, bitch, shut up.
Humble yourself or you will get humbled. Where's the sheep at?
Get your fucking armpit titties.
Please.
So I'm done with it, man.
Chest flatter than a pancake. Yo, well, anyway, shortly after Sami Zayn comes out, and then Kofi does his little spiel, whatever. Kevin Owens is off for the night, cuts a promo.
It's his birthday.
It's his birthday. Happy birthday.
Right?
We then had Andrade versus Ali, which was a good match. Yo,
that was a good match.
These two are good. Yo, they're so good. And then...
No, not to cut you off, Rick, but this is the other thing I've been hearing, is that Vince is really high on Andrade, especially now because he's speaking English. Like, are you serious? You can't be serious with this shit, man.
I mean, he has Zelina Vega for a reason, Vince.
Exactly, but you know what though? I like Zelina Vega with Andrade.
Absolutely,
I do. I'm sorry. Oh my God, if he plans on having Andrade without Zelina Vega, he's making a big mistake. He really is. They can keep doing that type of promo. That's okay. I have no problem with it. But there's something about him with Zelina Vega
that makes
him more
credible.
Yeah. We'll go with that.
Yeah. Well, this was a good match between these two, and it ends in a no contest after Randy Orton comes in and hits 2 awesome RKOs
out of nowhere.
And Ali ends up like saying, "I'm not scared of you," which I liked. I would like to see a promo between Ali and Orton.
So, what do you think of that little vignette for Ali?
I liked it. It was
a little weird, but
he does weird videos like that, though.
Yeah,
But he has good production. Whatever he's doing. What? I mean, he might be using your phone, the one with the trillion songs on it.
You know what? Cat's out the bag. He did email me. He asked me if he could use my phone so he can do the production of that vignette. Right. It's out of the bag. All right? It's out of the bag. That's fucked up.
Shane McMahon comes out and talks about the steel. I'm going through this. I don't want. He says about giving the tag team titles to a worthy team, and he tries to give it to Daniel Bryan and Rowan, not Eric Rowan anymore, for whatever reason. The Usos come out and say, hold up. They want a tag team title shot. Hold up.
They said hold up?
Hold up.
They said hold up.
Hold up.
They said hold up.
Hold up.
Hold up? Is that what
Hold
they
up.
said?
Hold up.
They said something.
Hold up.
They said something.
They said something.
Was it hold up?
I think
It
so.
don't matter.
hold up.
Let's hold out. Let's go back to the video.
Let's go back to the videotape.
What's a videotape?
Damn, I showed my age.
Yeah, sure did.
The Usos came out, and at first I was like, "This is so predictable. They're not gonna win." But the match itself made it seem like, "Yo, wait, are the Usos about to win this match?" I actually enjoyed this match, but Daniel Bryan and Rowan end up winning the SmackDown Live Tag Team Championships. Then we had a Finn Balor promo where he's like, "Finn 2 belts."
Oh boy!
All right. Yeah. Then we had Shane McMahon get attacked by The Miz after talking about the ladder matches, and the B Team attacks Miz. Miz stands tall and gets attacked by Shane with a chair. All right. Daniel Bryan and Rowan are backstage, and Heavy Machinery says, "Congratulations." I mean, that's a good thing. Now, we got a story is starting here. Sonya Deville and Mandy Rose
Poor
defeated.
acting, though.
Oh, of course. They defeated Ember Moon and Carmella. Yo, Ember Moon, that's your girl. What? She ain't wearing nothing.
That's how you like it.
It's getting smaller and smaller, getting sucked into those thighs. I'm like, yo, what are you wearing? But they try to build a story with Sonya and Mandy.
That's what it looks like, yeah.
Sonya saved Mandy, and Mandy picked up the win.
Yeah.
And now, after the match, Paige came out and says, "Next week, Asuka and Kairi Sane are coming for you two, and there's definitely going to be something with Sonya and Mandy."
But, okay, all right, whatever. The match is going to happen, but there was nothing to that, though. What's the reason behind it? Why all of a sudden you mad at them? When you were general manager, you didn't have that kind of beef with them, and then now you do?
But she dissed him.
She kind of did, and she dissed them.
I understand that, but she's just all of a sudden out of the blue. I got my Oriental or Asian women.
Well, because she's trying to prove a point that
there's
they
no point.
ain't all that.
But it makes
and
no
that
sense.
she created them.
It's no sense. Makes no sense.
You make
makes
no
no
sense.
sense.
You're making no sense.
What makes no sense is Matt Hardy's weird stance that Lars Sullivan is behind.
That terrible acting, and then he goes, "It's him."
And he's not even looking at him.
He's like, "It's him."
Get your dukes up.
Put him up. Put him up.
Like he's a vaudevillain or something.
Put him up.
What the hell?
Put up your dukes. Put up your dukes.
R-Truth got powerbombed through a table by Lars Sullivan.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Aleister Black had another promo. I don't know. Kofi Kingston challenged and fought against AJ Styles and Sami Zayn in a triple threat match. AJ went for the Phenomenal Forearm, got kicked with the Trouble in Paradise. Then Xavier gets attacked by Kevin Owens. And now this is the part that pisses me off. Three, count them. 1, 2, 3 blue thunder power bombs.
Oh yeah.
To Kofi, and Kofi kicked out of 3 of them. 3. 1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
Each Nissan.
There you go, Nissan Maxima. 3 blue thunder power bombs, and 1 Trouble in Paradise knocked Sami Zayn out.
Yeah, you can tell Sammy was the fall guy for this one.
Yep.
This is going too far with Kofi.
It is.
It's just ridiculous. It's churlish. It's preposterous.
Very churlish.
It's deplorable. It's haberdasherous.
And you know who I blame?
Who?
Vince.
Aaron.
Hey, Aaron, you in trouble today, boy. You don't messed up, Aaron.
Needs to go to Old Shaq Hennessy and tell him what he did.
All right, with that being said, Miguel Cole. Okay, make sure you go to our Facebook page at Wrestling POV. Give us a like. Go to Instagram and give us a like there too at Wrestling POV1. And follow us on Twitter at Wrestling POV, where I am in control. Okay? Thank you. All right. No Byron Saxton stuff.
I guess.
Who? Who is that? There you go.
Jesus.
It is now time for NXT POV Mamma Mia!
Mamma Mia.
Speaking of Mia Yim. Mia Yim loses to Bianca Belair.
Yeah, both ghetto match. That was a ghetto match if I never saw one in my life. My God.
Definitely was. Raul Mendoza versus Riddick Moss. What's in the bottle?
It's supposed to, I don't know, it's like a gimmick. It's supposed to give him energy or whatever. But I didn't realize how big he was until he took off his jacket. I didn't realize how jacked he was. I was like, good Lord,
he's huge.
I was like, when he had the jacket on, walking into the ring, looked like a normal schmo. He took that jacket off. I was like, oh shit, that dude's gonna get his ass whooped. Mm-hmm. But he lost.
I guess, I don't know, man. The Forgotten Sons attacked the Viking Raiders, so I guess that's your new tag team champions right there.
Yeah, of course.
Io Shirai attacks Shayna Baszler during a training session at the Performance Center. And Matt Riddle, Mr. Chocolate himself, defeated Adam Cole, baby! Thanks to Roderick Strong and Adam Cole, baby, are now, they're done. They're done.
Yeah.
I gotta be honest, NXT this week didn't do it for me. I wasn't too impressed with what I saw. Like you said, ghetto match in the beginning. NXT POV, that's mine. Alright, it is now time for the good, the bad, and the ugly of WWE this week.
Alright, so, the good. Honestly, there was only one thing that I was even interested in Raw, which was just, honestly, it was the Shane McMahon part. That was it. Yeah, when The Miz chased them and shit like that, and it was a good segment because there was a story being told. The match with Roman and Drew was good. Even the opening match, as much as it was confusing, it was still good. SmackDown for me was the Mustafa Ali and an Andrade match. I think that just took over the whole show for me, in my opinion. Everything else was just terrible because they were wasting so much time for a 2-hour damn show. 3 segments were an hour. Out of all that shit, 3 segments were an hour. For NXT, I did like that match. With the I forgot his name. Jesus Christ,
Raul Mendoza.
Match. Yeah, Raul Mendoza, and I did like the
that Chancleta guy.
No, well, actually, that was a good match.
I thought that was a good match.
And oh my God, what's her name with the flippy hair?
Mia Yim and Bianca Belair.
Mia Yim and Blanca.
Yeah, the Blanca
Belair. That was a good match too, even though it was ghetto. But at least they were. For me, I was interested in NXT, in my opinion. All right, so the good, the bad, Rick.
All right, the bad Rick. The bad. Honestly, I think Raw and SmackDown were really bad overall. I mean, they had their moments here and there, but overall, I think it was just overall just a bad wrestling week.
Yeah.
It was just bad. Mimi with the ugly.
Vince promo with Daniel Bryan.
Oh, man.
The Shane segment on SmackDown.
Really?
And I'm so sick and tired of fucking Kofi Kingston.
Yeah. It's done.
I'm done.
Yeah, I'm the same way.
I'm done.
Like, I was happy for him. Don't get me wrong. And I think we all were happy for him.
We were all happy for Jinder Mahal, too.
That's true.
That's true. Bring him back as champion.
Yeah. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that is the good, the bad, and the ugly of WWE this week.
Ugly?
I was going to say Mimi, but I decided to be nice. It is now time for Raw vs. SmackDown vs. NXT. It is Raw up ahead 2 to SmackDown's 1 to NXT's 1. Every week, every Thursday on our Facebook page at Wrestling POV, you the fans get to vote in favor of your favorite show of the week. Raw, SmackDown, NXT. Use the like emojis. Use the heart for Raw, the thumbs up for SmackDown, and the smiley face for NXT. You the fans vote, and we decide whether we want to listen to you or not. We probably won't, unless we have a tie. If it's a tie, then you guys break it.
Yeah,
all right.
Sure, why not?
This week it is a tie. Actually, SmackDown had 48%, and Raw and SmackDown and Raw and NXT were tied with 26% of the vote.
Mm.
Yeah. I mean, I honestly think all 3 shows were bad. But if I had to put it in order, I would put it NXT, SmackDown, and then Raw. I think Raw, for a 3-hour show, you got to entertain me more than what you did. SmackDown, 2-hour show, you got to entertain me a little bit more than that, and then I would understand. NXT, for an hour show, they entertain me just enough, so I have to go with NXT, and then SmackDown, then Raw. Mimi.
Well, I'm going to agree to disagree with you, Rick.
Whoa.
I agree that NXT was a better show out of all three, but I also think that Raw was better than SmackDown.
Okay.
So what's your pick?
NXT,
NXT,
Raw, and then SmackDown.
All right. So, well, I don't get a vote. Damn. No, I'm kidding. But I'm still going to weigh in anyway. Actually, I agree with Mimi. I do think NXT was much better. I mean, it wasn't the greatest, but
it
I
was
still
telling a story. A story. It was telling a story.
Yeah.
A story.
But yeah. But at the same time, I was still invested in it too. Why? Because it was new talent, and I wanted to see what they were about. Bianca Belair, very good talent. So yeah, I was invested in watching it because Mia Yim, she's. Alrighty. Can't wait for her to get to the main roster. But yeah, I love the attack on the War Raiders from the Suns. Yeah, so I agree. Yeah, but my voting would go NXT, Raw, and then SmackDown. SmackDown was just bad, man. I mean, really bad. That main event was 27 minutes long.
Yeah, that main event was trash.
But not only trash, it was too long.
And you know what?
For a 2-hour show, that's too long.
And the women's match was only 5 minutes.
But what I don't understand... Yeah, that's right. Yeah, the women's match was only 5 minutes.
Where are the Iconics?
Exactly.
Word.
If they were on, I would have went NXT, SmackDown, and Raw.
My thing is, too, with SmackDown, why did they have to do a video package with Roman?
Yeah, what was up with that?
They're trying to jack this dude up for SmackDown. And then the thing is, why weren't the Iconics part of the wild card week on Raw?
Exactly.
Yep.
But we got the Usos and Roman. Samoans.
That made no sense at all because no. You know what? I agree with him because there was no reason for the Usos to be there on SmackDown.
No.
And that's obvious.
But not only that though. You know, my biggest thing is like this whole fucking segment. You know, This is my issue. You gave the belts to a tag team that never tagged before.
Yep.
And couldn't give nobody else a fucking shot. Yep. And then they wonder why their tag division is fucking shit. Because of that. Why did they give the belts to fucking Daniel Bryan and Rowan?
Yeah,
that made no sense at all. No sense. I was so looking forward to a new tag team champion. Different people. There's tag teams out there. Fucking use them. But they used Daniel Bryan, who was just at the main event at WrestleMania, who was just a heavyweight champion. Then they reduced him down to tag team champion. Never
those
tagged
concussions.
It's fucking stupid.
Well, he has tagged before.
Dumb. All right.
But not recently.
Yeah. Rick.
All right. Well, now it is 2 for Raw, 2 for NXT, 1 for SmackDown. Stay tuned for next week. Hopefully, we'll have a better wrestling week. Because I honestly thought it was a terrible wrestling week.
It was. It really. Overall, yeah, it was a bad wrestling week. So, all right. With that being said, it is time to go over the Wrestling POV's book. All right. For those new to the show, not explaining it. Go to last week's episode, and then you can read why we do the book. All right, we ready?
Ridiculous.
It's ridiculous. I gotta say it. It is.
Churlish.
All right, WWE writers.
Stays.
John Cena's hair don't.
Stays until he comes back.
Shane's damn ego stays. Matt Riddle's.
All caps on that damn ego.
Exactly. Matt Riddle's chancleta
stays.
Chanclas. Lafayette, Louisiana crowd stays. Renee Young's commentary is so bad.
I know. She needs to disappear like her husband.
The missing... Oh, man.
Damn! Tell me!
The missing mole.
It's still missing.
Kofi's mic privileges.
It's suspended for life.
God.
Oh, my God. Terrible. Undertaker skullet.
So he returns to Saudi Arabia.
Yeah. Lacey Evans veggie wedgie.
That has to come off.
No!
She didn't have it this year.
She didn't have it.
She had a wedgie like a mug.
Yeah, okay, the wedgie can stay, but the veggie comes out.
No. You can't. It's all or nothing.
If she gets the belt,
let's give it one more week. If she's in the ring, let's wait for her to be in the ring. If it happens, then.
If she gets the belt, then she can cover it up.
Okay. That's true. Cult of Personality, the War Raiders.
Yeah, stays.
Robert Roode's porn star mustache.
It stays.
Kofi's 11 years stays. Baby old bottle. Chad Gable I haven't seen him. So we did say I think we said until we see him again. So
no.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, we did.
Mrs. Daddy Issues.
He still got daddy issues.
Oh my God! You know, going to Mrs. Daddy Issues. I guess they did an interview with his dad, and he said initially he was not supposed to go in that ring. Apparently, Shane McMahon called that on the fly, and then was talking to him in the ring on what he's supposed to do. And then he said, and this is again, this is why I say Vince McMahon needs to go, because Vince said, these were his words, that the moment that Mrs. Dad put up his Duke was the funniest moment on WrestleMania. Words from Vince. Wow. That was the funniest moment. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me? Then his Mrs. Dad said that I guess when Shane kicked him, he broke a rib.
Wow.
Yeah. So just a little side note. Natty Stinky promo, that fucking stays. Alexis Shoelace.
That can come out.
That can come out? Yeah, I don't think she had shoes on anyways. Kofi's armpit tetas.
Yes, his tetas are still there.
And Miguel Cole, we put his ass in last week because of his attitude. So
well, it could come out.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Well, you know what? Wait a minute. No. He needs to apologize.
He apologized in the beginning.
No, he did not. Are you kidding me? He did not.
Wait, what am I apologizing for? I'm sorry, I wasn't paying attention.
God! Suing us?
I'm not suing you!
You was last week.
I don't remember this. I don't even listen to the show.
In order for him to get off, he has to apologize. Regardless.
Okay.
Listen to the show from last week, Miguel.
Okay.
That's it. Just okay. All right, so that's it for the show.
It has to do a video apology.
There you go, video apology. Yeah, video apology.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna get right on it.
All right, so that's it for the show. Join us next week as we cover more and then get closer to the Money in the Bank and the Money in the Bank pay-per-view points game, where we shall crown a new champion. So I hope you guys enjoyed it today with the Kenny Casanova interview, and that's it. That is it. So basically, that's it, man. So, all right. So then, basically what we're going to do now is play a song from my 1 trillion song list I have in my phone. All I hit is the shuffle button. It's just a quick game to ride off into the sunset until we come back next week. And just play along, all right? Damn. With that being said, I am your host, Tony Diaz, along with
Mimi Goody
and the third wheel,
Rick Serrano the third,
and our intern,
Miguel Cole. I'm sorry, Tony.
Love, peace, and wrestling. That wasn't good enough. We'll see you next week.
Peace out. Do a video.
All right, ready? Oh, that's the main. No, that's the main event theme.
That was Takeover's main event.
How is this possible?
Vince McMahon?
He's telling you he runs this shit.
I'm telling you.
He goes, he ain't
Tony,
no chance in hell.
The thing of it is, this is 2 weeks in a row. That, like, last week we talked about Brother Love, and the second one that we picked, song we picked,
and Andrade's.
Well, that was a while ago. That was a while
3
ago.
weeks.
Well, that was a while ago. And then now we're talking about Vince McMahon throughout this whole episode. Second fucking song is his. Are you fucking kidding me?
We should call it Presidente de Vince McMahon.
Yeah, okay.
You don't own the rights to the song.
No.
Unless you want us to, Vince.